Alright guys, this is Tacho here, and Nintendo Mobile has revealed 2 new banners for Fire Emblem Heroes. We've got some new characters coming in from Echo's Shadows of Valencia, and we've got 2 armies to talk about, Celica's army and Alm's army. We're going to start things off with Celica's army. So the first unit is Leon. He is a colorless bow. His weapon is the Slaying Bow Plus, which is basically just a souped up killing bow. It's got 3 more might, so interesting weapon, I guess. It's pretty much the same thing as an old weapon, but better. He's got Ignis as his special attack, so that probably means he's going to have really good defense, and that actually means he could be a good pick for close counter. I mean, as long as he has similar defense to Gordon, but way better speed than Gordon, then he could be a pretty good choice for close counter there. So think about that. His A slot is speed up 3, not much to say about that, and his passive B is guard 3, which is the exact same one that Titania had. So overall impressions on him, he could be cool depending on what his stats are, but his weapon is pretty much just going to replace the killing bow. Okay, moving on to the next unit, we've got Saber. He is a red sword. His weapon is Slaying Edge Plus, which is just like Leon before him. It's a souped up killing weapon, so it's stronger than the Killing Edge. His special attack is Aegis, which is going to reduce damage from ranged attacks by 50%, not bad. He's got HP and speed up 2, which gives him HP up 4 and speed up 2 while in battle. I mean, there's way better stuff in the A slot to justify using this, so I don't know, it's going to be up to you, but there's just way better stuff in the A slot, like I just said. And then his unique skill is Shield Pulse 3, which if units special triggers based on foe's attack. So what that means is if the foe is going to attack you and your special would trigger based on that, you're going to get special cooldown -2 at the start of turn 1. So defensive specials include Aegis, Escutcheon, Pavis, Buckler. All of those skills are going to start the fight with cooldown count -2. And then because he has the Slaying Edge Plus, that's going to be another cooldown count -1. So this guy can use Pavis and Aegis right at the start of the fight, which is pretty interesting. That's definitely going to help you bait a whole lot easier in the arena. And most of my kills in the arena come from baiting in the first place. So if you can reduce damage just like that right away, I think that's pretty cool. It's definitely something to think about. And there's also another effect to this passive, which is unit takes 5 less damage when special triggers, so that's pretty cool. Basically, I mean, special attacks already do so much damage that you probably are in very big danger anyway, but it's still really nice to reduce some damage there. I think this is pretty cool. It has some pretty good viability actually in the B slot. If you're going to be baiting a lot on arena offense, then this could definitely come in handy. The only downside is that you of course lose having an offensive special attack, but I mean, most of my kills, very rarely do offensive specials actually make the difference for me in arena offense. Definitely on defense they're a whole lot better, but I mean, for offense, Shield Pulse 3 looks pretty good. So I would say Saber is definitely not bad. And moving on to the final unit for Celica's army, we have Sonia, a green tome user. And her weapon is Dark Excalibur, which is a legendary weapon by the looks of it. It's got 14 might, and it's going to grant 10 damage when you trigger a special attack. So basically the same thing as Wodao Plus, except it's legendary and in the form of a tome. So that just makes it way better right away. That's really awesome. And I mean, legendary weapons, the thing about them is that they score so high in the arena that it's pretty much, if you're looking to score really high in the arena, then the best advice is to use legendary weapons on all your characters and have skills that cost 240 SP and have the 500 cost special attacks like Aether and Gale Force. So, I mean, just having a legendary weapon that's actually really good like this one is definitely going to help her out and boost her viability. She's got Moonbow as her special attack, which is pretty much the perfect bread and butter combo to go with that Dark Excalibur. Her A slot passive is Mirror Strike 2, which gives her attack and res up 4 when she attacks. Pretty good. It's going to cost 240 SP to buy that, so that's another reason for this unit to be really good in the arena. And then her final skill is Resploy 3, which basically the same as all the ploys we've seen already. Foes in cardinal directions with 1 less res than her is going to take -5 res at the start of their turn. So pretty good. I would say actually Sonya is definitely a unit to consider summoning for, because her default skill set is actually really good, and it's definitely going to help you score high in the arena. I mean, if she's going to be a bonus unit, then this is not a bad option to use for the arena. Okay, so let's move on now and let's talk about Alm's army. Okay, so the first unit from Alm's army, we have Matilda here. Her weapon is Rider's Bane Plus, which is a blue lance, and it's got 14 might. And it's effective against cavalry types, which is pretty cool. I mean, we all know how effective Horse Emblem is in the arena and also in the regular game. So this is a really great skill. Really nice weapon, and it's inheritable. She has Rally Res, which we know all about that already. Her unique skill in the B-slot passive is Cancel Affinity 3, which any weapon triangle affinity granted by unit's skills is negated. So what that means is if you have Triangle Adept or one of the gem weapons, the Ruby, the Sapphire, or the Emerald weapons, you're not going to get the additional buff from having those. And then if affinity disadvantage exists, weapon triangle affinity granted by the foe's skills is reversed. So this is pretty much a counter skill to Triangle Adept and the gem weapons. So I don't know, actually. I'm a little torn on this. It's pretty much just a counter pick, and there's also no guarantee that the foes are going to have those skills, so you really just don't know. And, I mean, it actually would be good if that first sentence did not exist, where any weapon triangle affinity granted by your own skills are negated, because that means you're not allowed to use Triangle Adept or the gem weapons. So that's hindering your unit by a little bit there. So I don't know. I mean, this is a very specific skill. I'm not sure if I like it too much. So moving on, her final skill is Hone Attack 3. Pretty cool. It's just going to buff your allies by 4 attack. So overall, Matilda, she's interesting. Cancel Affinity 3, I mean, I'm not really a fan of that. And I mean, in general, triangle weapons and Triangle Adept are just so easy to beat on offense, because you just pick your matchups and that's it. You already beat them, because they already come with downsides anyway, so you don't really need a hard counter skill to deal with those. And the same thing on defense. I mean, the opponent that's playing against your CPU-controlled team is going to have a huge advantage if your defensive units have skills like Triangle Adept and the gem weapons. So it's not really going to be too helpful. Okay, moving on to the next unit, we have Gray here. He's a red sword. His weapon is Zanbato Plus, which is effective against cavalry. Same thing as Matilda's Rider's Bane, basically. He's got Swap as his assist. Pretty good assist there. He has Wind Boost 3, which we've seen already on Bride Charlotte, but Bride Charlotte was a limited time only unit, of course, so having the ability to summon Wind Boost 3 now in the normal summoning pool is definitely nice. And he's got Sword Valor 3, which is a unique skill to him, and it's going to give us double SP on all of our sword units as long as he survives combat. So really nice there. That's definitely going to help us grind our sword units better. Overall, Gray looks like a pretty okay summon. He's got some cool stuff there. And the final unit from Alm's army is Delthea. Her weapon is Dark Aura, which is like the big brother to, I guess, Lindy's Aura. It's got 14 might and grants adjacent allies who use swords, axes, lances, or dragonstones attack up 6 through their next actions at the start of each turn. Okay, man. Wow, did I just read that right? That's basically going to replace Ephraim and Erika as stat buffers. And I know that it's only for melee attacks, so you can't actually use this on your, your tome users. So they tried to balance it a little bit by not being able to buff the blade tomes. But, I mean, at the same time, if you're using blade tomes, you can still get +6 if you have them on a cavalry team, or if you have them on a flyer team and you're using those buff skills. But for regular infantry, getting attack up 6 if they're adjacent, that's really good, man. This might be one of the best legendary weapons in the game, if you ask me. So, definitely going to be worth summoning Delthea just for that. She's got Miracle as her special attack there. I mean, Miracle is actually not bad. It just, because it has a 5-hit cooldown, it's going to be tough to really be able to use that effectively. If you can figure out a way to get around the 5-hit cooldown, then it's okay, but I mean, other than that, it's really hard to use that. She's got Death Blow 3 as her passive A. Pretty good one. One of the better passive A skills. And then she has Drive Attack 2, which is her unique C skill. It's going to grant allies within 2 spaces attack up 3 during combat. So basically it's just Spur Attack 3 with an extra range for 1 less attack, which is actually pretty good on her because she is already a ranged unit. So she can attack enemies from 2 spaces away, and then that's going to make it easier for her to give your allies the 2 range attack up 3 buff there. So Delthea looks like one of the best units on this banner, and I would say if you're going to summon on these banners, then Delthea and Sonya are the 2 that you're probably going to want to go for the most. They both have legendary weapons and some pretty good skills. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, cheers, have a great day, and I hope to see you again next time.